Russel Martin has lifted the lid on a situation that's been quietly unfolding behind the scenes at Ibrox, and it concerns one of Rangers' most talked about midfielders. With transfer whispers growing louder, the manager has now addressed the uncertainty surrounding Nicolas Raskin's future, offering a candid insight into what's really been happening. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Rangers news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. But first, Rangers goalkeeper Jack Butland says he never considered leaving the club this summer after losing his #1 spot to Liam Kelly for a period of last season. Butland, who was excellent against Panathinaikos as Russel Martin's side earned progression in the second round of the Champions League qualifiers, was speaking ahead of his team's second leg with Viktoria Plzeň. If Rangers do the job in the Czech Republic, already carrying a 3-0 lead from the home leg, they'll face Club Brugge or RB Salzburg in the playoff round. The 31-year-old said, speaking days after a 1-1 draw with Dundee at Ibrox that leaves the club winless after 2 league matches. This place will test your character at times, all the time in fact. It's a club I feel privileged to have joined and one I'm lucky to be a part of. The way I feel about the club is I want to make things work and be successful. For most of my time here, I've been at an extremely high level. My work on a daily basis is full tilt, that's never changed. You can have difficult moments, and those are the ones that test you. But there wasn't an ounce of me that during difficult moments last year, although there weren't as many as people like to make out, where I lost sight of the goalkeeper I am and how effective I can be for Rangers. Butland, who has been Martin's #1 in the season's early weeks, thinks he has unfinished business at Ibrox and retains a belief he will be a big part of the new head coach's plans moving forward. The former Stoke keeper has been impressed with Martin's work so far and insists that, despite some early teething problems, progress is being made. My thought process in the summer wasn't, get me out, let's change. It was about how I could come back as the goalkeeper I believe I can be for this club, he continued. It was about getting back at the top of my game, and that's what I spent the summer doing. It's another demanding environment, but it's one I'm looking to do well in. A change of manager brings a fresh slate for everyone, but I want to be successful. I don't want to see any more managers come and go. I want to be part of a squad that's successful, and I strongly believe I'm an important part of that and will be. My focus was always on coming back and being the goalie I know I can be. I certainly feel I've done that. I'll try and bring a few people along with me and push them as far as I can. I really believe in what we're trying to do, and I believe in the manager. The style he's trying to implement, when it's backed up by images from games, there's definitely something there to build on, and we can be really successful. That's what I believe, and I know the boys do as well. Now, in a huge Nicolas Raskin reveal, Rangers boss Russel Martin has admitted that midfielder Nicolas Raskin has been feeling the effects of summer transfer speculation, with interest from outside the club casting a shadow over his start to the season. The Belgian international has been the subject of big money links away from Ibrox, and while Martin insists the approaches haven't been made directly to Rangers, he concedes the noise has still found its way to the player. There's been a bit of uncertainty about him this summer for sure, the Rangers manager said ahead of Tuesday's Champions League third qualifying round second leg against Viktoria Plzeň. Not from people ringing us, but I think from people ringing him, definitely. I think that's affected his approach, not in terms of professionalism, but he's a young man, and of course it's going to have an impact at some point. Raskin, 24, opened the campaign in the starting 11 for Rangers' first 3 matches, but was left out of the side for the first leg against Viktoria Plzeň, a 3-0 win at Ibrox. He was also named on the bench for Saturday's Premiership clash with Dundee, yet made a notable impact after coming on in the 1-1 draw. For Martin, that reaction spoke volumes. He came out of the team for reasons me and him spoke about, and his reaction has been top. Really, really brilliant, he said. He's a fantastic player, and as I get to know him more, I really like his character and personality. Playing for this football club comes with clear demands in every position, and it's my job to make sure that's understood. As for whether Raskin will still be a Rangers player when the transfer window closes, Martin was clear. It would take an extraordinary bid to tempt the club into selling one of last season's standout performers. I don't think we're in a position where we have to sell anyone, he stressed. We don't want to lose some of the best performers from last season, players we believe can become even better for us going forward. Unless someone comes in with a mind-blowing offer that works for the player, the club, and allows us to replace them properly, it's not happening. That's the same for any club in world football now. No one's immune. But hopefully, the window shuts, Nico's still here, and we can keep improving and kicking on. In other news, Michael Beale has backed Russel Martin to get it right at Rangers and urged fans to give him time. The new Ibrox boss is already under pressure after drawing his first 2 league games, away to Motherwell and at home to Dundee, to slip 4 points behind Celtic already. Beating Panathinaikos and Victoria Plzen in the Champions League is not enough to buy him any credit, according to some supporters, and the Englishman is on the back foot early into his tenure. Beale knows all about the demands of the job and also being under fire from his own time in the hot seat. While he actually started well before falling away, he insists it is far too early to be judging Martin, as he needs to be given time to change things into his identity. Speaking on Sky Sports, Beale said, "I don't think we've seen everything from Russel Martin's team yet. 1 or 2 of his key new signings have not been available. They played very well, or did play very well, against Victoria Plzen last week. So it looks like they're going to make a playoff game with Salzburg or Club Brugge, which would be huge for the club. I think in the summer, the club has had a complete reset, and with that, it's going to take time for the new owners to really instill the culture they want behind the scenes, and for Russell as well. And I wish him well, it's a huge job. But I know that he's super confident, and we exchanged text messages, and I wished him well." Asked if he offered any advice during that conversation, he added, "No, I think Russell's got a way that he wants to play football. I think it's different to the last coach, so give him time to implement that. I think you've got new players going into what is a huge football club. It's very unique, the demands there, so wherever you've been before, I think those players need time to settle. And I think they've also played maybe 6 or 5 or 6 games already in a short period of time. So the result of the weekend wasn't ideal, but there's a long season ahead." Martin was already questioning the mentality of some of his players after the opening Premiership draw with Motherwell. It is a similar story to previous managers, including Philippe Clement and Barry Ferguson, and there are fears it is an issue which is deep-rooted within the club. But Beale insists there was no problem with mentality during his time at the helm, either under Steven Gerrard or on his own. "No, each person experiences it in their own way," he insisted. "In the time that I was there with Steven, we are the management staff that had stability for 3 years to build. So we was able to recruit to play a certain way. We certainly hit bumps in the road, but we had the fantastic season where we were invincible." But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. We post all the latest Rangers news every single day, so make sure you join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.